Open your hood and you're looking at your engine. You're gonna come right here to this little yellow ring here. This is your dipstick. So with the engine cold, you're gonna check your dipstick. You're gonna pull it out and you're gonna wipe it off. Okay, so wipe it off, put it back down all the way, and you're gonna read your oil level. So you can see the two dimples there. You wanna be in between those two dimples. You don't want to be below and you don't want to be above. Right in the middle or more towards the top dot dimple is fine. So if you need to add some, you can unscrew this cap, get a funnel, and add 5W30 is the oil for this engine. There's your dipstick. Hope that helps. You open your hood and you're looking at the engine. You want to go right here to this big tank right here. And it's going to say washer fluid only. And it has this window diagram. Mine, you can see I have fluid in it. Just open up the cap. There's a screen filter and you're just going to add your washer fluid. Basically till, at least this line. You can go up a little bit more, but it's a pretty big tank. So you'll be able to tell when you have enough. So hope that helps. Open your hood and you're looking at the engine and you want to navigate over to here. This reservoir right there, I'll tip my finger. This is your brake fluid reservoir, okay? This takes DOT3 fluid. So on the side of the reservoir, you have a max line and a min line. So you can give it a little wiggle. You don't want to go too hard, but you can wiggle it a little bit and wipe it off with a rag if you need to. But you want to ideally be sitting between the two marks. So if you need to add fluid, you just pop the top off. And you can see that I'm way full because I just did a brake job and I compressed my calipers so it pushed fluid back up in my reservoir. So if you're low, go ahead and add it, .3. If you're like me and you have too much, what you can do is you can get a turkey baster and you can suck out fluid until you're at the max line or right below, and you should be good to go. When you're done, make sure you get this cap all the way on. You'll feel it. Just double check that everything's on there completely. You open your hood and you want to look over to here. It's not this one. This is your windshield wiper fluid. You want to go to this one right here. So you wipe off the top and you'll see it says power steering fluid. Okay. Now it's common with Toyotas that they recommend using what's called Dexron, Dexron type ATF, which is automatic transmission fluid. So don't be confused, but a lot of Toyota power steering systems recommend using this type of automatic transmission fluid. So that's what I do, and I recommend it, but make sure it's Dexron type, okay? To check it, it's just a cap, so grab a rag. You're gonna turn counterclockwise. So you're gonna open your cap, and there's gonna be a little dipstick, okay? And you just wanna make sure that you have fluid on that dipstick, okay? So you can go ahead and add if you need to. If you're low, and then screw your cap back on clockwise and make sure it's totally on. So on the side of the reservoir, you have markings. So this half of the reservoir is hot. This half of the reservoir markings is cold. So if your engine's cold, you want to be sitting right in between these two marks. If your engine's hot, you want to be sitting right in between these two marks here. So hope that helps. Leave any questions or comments down below, and subscribe to the channel. I'll try to answer any questions. Thanks for watching. See ya. While checking any coolant level in a radiator in a car, you always want it to be cold. Never open the radiator cap hot, because the coolant is under pressure, and if you open it, it will forcefully eject hot coolant upwards towards your face. So make sure you check this after the car has been sitting, ideally overnight. This is your radiator cap. Again, it says never open when hot. Grab the two fins and you're gonna turn it counterclockwise. Now, when you look inside, you should see fluid basically right away, all the way up to the top. That's when you know you're full. If you see the metal fins down in there and you don't see any fluid, you can add 50-50 coolant mix to your radiator and top it up to the top. Easy. So when you're done, take the cap in the same orientation. There's little teeth on it. You see the tabs on each side of the radiator cap. You need to fit those in the grooves here. And you're going to turn it, and you're just going to overcome the friction. Keep turning until it's straight again, and give it a little check, okay? then you're done. So after you check your radiator and make sure that's full, you want to look down here. You want to follow this hose right here. Follow this hose. This is your overflow hose. So as the coolant heats up, it gets hot, right? And it expands. So it goes out through this little spot, past the radiator cap and through this hose, and it lets off the excess into this overflow tank. Okay, so you also want to make sure that your radiator is full to the top and that your overflow tank is about halfway between the low and the full lines on the overflow. That's how you check your coolant. You open your hood and you're looking at your engine, and you want to navigate to this orange dipstick right here. This one here. Typical Toyota transmission dipstick. There's a little T-handle on it, and then behind it there's a little metal like spring clip. You want to pull the spring clip back, and you want to pull the dipstick out, okay? You want to wipe the dipstick first and then put it back down. So it's pretty standard with transmission fluid that you have cool and hot markings on the dipstick. So the bottom two little notches there are the cool. Okay, you can see hot on the right. So the two notches on the right are for hot. So if your car is hot and at operating temperature, you can check it, and the level should be up in between those two hot notches. If you're checking out when the car is cold, you want to go and make sure the fluid is in between the cool notches. You can see cool. Okay, now for this particular transmission, it says D, it's hard to see it because it's reflecting, but it says D dash Roman numeral 2 or Dexron 2 or 3. Okay, that's the kind of transmission fluid. Dexron 2 or 3. So check your owner's manual and decide which one you want to use. So that's where your transmission dipstick is. I hope that helps. Leave a comment, leave a like, leave any questions, and I will try to answer them. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel.